So in these verses, Krishna is talking about why we need to master our senses and how senses can lead us into a direction which may not be in our best interest. And Mahatma Gandhi, in his autobiography, he wrote that this is one of his favorite verses in Bhagavad Gita. And it's amazing. So the Krishna says, when a person dwells in a sense object, when a person is thinking about the sense object, from that dwelling arises an attachment, right? So the next step from a dwelling comes an attachment in the body. And from that attachment, it intensifies into a desire, right? So he's walking us step by step how this desire, how this sense object overpower us, right? So he says, first a person start thinking or dwelling into a sense object. Then from that dwelling comes a desire. From that dwelling comes an attachment. Then from that attachment turns into a desire. If that desire cannot be fulfilled, it turns into anger, right? And either from desire or anger, it hypnotizes the person, right? The person is not at that on that level of progression. The person is not thinking clearly. He's being hypnotized by this sense object, right? So he's not thinking clearly. His mind is not functioning properly at that point. From that hypnosis, a person lose the past memory. He might have done the same thing in the past, but he will not have access to those memories on that level of progression. And from that loss of memory, person lose his discriminative power, person lose his intelligence, right? And from that loss of intelligence, a person gets completely lost. He might do things which might harm himself or harm people around him. Yeah. So this is the whole progression. How a simple thought from sense object can lead a person to his complete ruin even. Yeah. So let's take an example. Let's see how does this plays out. If we take a light example, let's say I am an overweight person, or I have for some reason decided that I want to have a healthy food in my life, right? I made that decision in a calm and peaceful state, so I want to follow that. Now, a thought of a food or thought of some kind of a taste oriented subject comes into my mind. I want to have a donut, let's say. So that thought comes into my mind, right? That sense object, then I start dwelling in that sense object, right? It's very simple, innocent thought. Yeah. And at this level, I have access to my intelligence. I know what I want to do. I know what I don't want to do. At that level, I can let go of this. Yeah, this is very feeble at this point, so I can just let it go. But if I didn't, then it turns into an attachment, right? Then it turns into, like, it intensifies, and then it turns into this attachment, right? At this level also, I have a choice, right? My intelligence is functioning. I have a choice that I can let go if I want, right? But if I didn't, at that point, it is start to intensify into desire, right? It just start to intensify over and over. It just kind of start to multiply. So at this point, it is start to become a desire, right? Now at this point, my thoughts will start to change. I will start thinking more in terms of, what's the big deal about a donut, right? What's the big deal? I just want to have it. It's not going to make me sick or anything. So your thinking start to change, right? You won't be thinking in terms of I want to be healthy. Your thinking will start to change in terms of it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. How come one donut is matter, right? So you start to change our thinking, right? So from that attachment comes this desire. From that desire, if I could not fulfill my desire, it turns into the anger. But anyway, I start to get hypnotized by this, right? I could not think straight at this point of time in this level of progression, right? So at this level, it is going to be very hard for me to let go, right? Chances are that the whole cycle will complete. So at this point, it turns into a desire, and I start becoming hypnotized, and I cannot think straight. From that, I start to lose my memory. I might have done the same thing in the past, and I might have regretted it, and I might have made a choice that I will not do it in the future, but I will not have access to those memories, right? Because this has such a strong pull, this sense objects has such a strong pull that we just won't have access at that level to our memories, yeah? And from that, we lose our intelligence. We lose this sense of discrimination of what is right and wrong, right? So very, very high chances that we will go and do the things which we have decided that we don't want to do when we are in the right state of mind, right? So we lost our intelligence, and it's very hard for us to decide what is right and wrong in that level, right? and from there a person get lost, right? So this is the process that Krishna is telling us, that how senses can overpower you, how senses can make you do something which you might not want to do when you are in the healthy state of clear and peaceful. That's the progression. That's the frame by frame analysis by Krishna, like how does these senses can overpower you and make you do something that you might not want to do. Yeah, and that was a light example. It's not very harmful, but it could be something else as well, right? For example, in India, sometime we heard this kind of news that some adult or some old person has raped a very young child or something like this. Yeah, not a kind of a horrible news, but let's see how they get into that state of mind, right? Nobody in the right kind of a state of mind will do something like this. Yeah, because one thing is the penalty is so high, right? The other person is that person is going to probably spend his entire life in a jail, right? And you have and that person has sort of destroyed this life of innocent child, right? Who would do something like this in a right state of mind? The thing is, when the person is doing something like that, he is not in the right state of mind, right? He has completely overpowered by some sense object, right? He's completely been overpowered by senses, and that's how people do these kind of things, right? These senses could be very powerful. So how does a person can do something like that, right? The first thing is, again, if we go through the same framework, the first thing is a thought comes to his mind that I want to do, some kind of a disturbed thoughts come to his mind, where he could have left it, right? If he is smart, then he could have left it there, but if he didn't, then that multiplies into attachment, to the desire, to hypnosis, where he cannot see what is right from wrong. He lose his sense of memory, of the past memories, and that level he lost this discriminative power, he lost this intelligence, he cannot think straight what is right from the wrong, right? And that ruined his life, that ruined the life around the people around him, right? So that could be very intense example for the sake of the example. But the point here is, these senses, if get unchecked, right, if the senses completely unchecked, can lead us in a very, very dangerous places, right? And that's what the Krishna is telling us, that you should be able to master these senses. It doesn't mean you never engage in them, right? Everything in moderation is good, but we need to understand, like, what is this, what the senses are capable of doing, right? If we are not exercising our will, if we are not exercising our intelligence, this could be a very dangerous even, yeah. And Krishna also says that the person whose senses is under his control, his wisdom is firm, right? That person can do something that he wants to do, right? That person has access to his intelligence, otherwise senses hijack that intelligence, right? So that person's wisdom is firm, and the person whose senses is not under his control, he can say he won't be able to do what he wants to do, right? He won't be able to keep his words, that sort of thing, right? Because senses will keep overpowering him. Very interesting teaching, right? I haven't seen this kind of teaching in any other book, where somebody is talking about you need to master your senses, right? A very, very different take. Very interesting.